Sup everyone, this is Draco Evolve here, back yet again with some latest Manchester United transfer news. And today is the day, guys. Today is officially, we've made a bid and it has been accepted by Crystal Palace for the transfer of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So the fee is allegedly being £50 million, and it is a huge pay rise for the fella, from £10,000 to a reported £90,000. I'm going to read you out the article, so it should be coming up on your screen anytime now. Manchester United have reached an agreement with Crystal Palace to sign right-back Aaron Wan-Bissaka. The deal is worth £50 million, and 21-year-old England under-21 international is set to travel for a medical imminently before going on holiday. United have offered Wan-Bissaka long-term contract and wages of up to £80,000 a week. He's on a £10,000 a week at Selhurst Park, the lowest paid player in Palace's first team squad. Wan-Bissaka, who has been on international duty this month at the European Under-21 Championship, joined Crystal Palace Academy when he was 11 and made his first team debut in 2018. United will pay £45 million up front, which will make him the Old Trafford's fifth biggest signing behind Pogba, Lukaku, Di Maria and Fred. A sticking point in negotiation was the 25% sell-on clause that United inserted into Wilfred Zaha's contract when they sold the winger back to Palace for £6 million back in February 2015. The Eagles wanted the clause removed or reduced, but United eventually refused based on the low fee they received 4 years ago, and it will remain in place. If the deal is completed, Wan-Bissaka will be United's second summer arrival after 21-year-old winger Daniel James joined from Swansea, £15 million. So there you have it, guys. The deal is worth £50 million with an up to £80,000 a week. So let's get into a bit of details around the wording. So £50 million is pretty much the deal without the clause that was inserted. I mean, that was the sticking point apparently in the negotiations. That's why it took some time. There's a few things that took some time, which I will get through before we hit the stats of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So £50 million, and United, Crystal Palace wanted the clause removed from Wilfred Zaha because he's worth a lot. You know, in today's market he's going to go for a lot, and United will be eligible for a huge chunk of that back. Now that was a sticking point, but clearly United refused, so there we have it. That was one of the delays. The second delay was the fact that Aaron Wan-Bissaka was on international duty. So thankfully, you know, for United fans to get the transfer out of the way, thankfully they have been knocked out early in the tournament, with Wan-Bissaka starting only one of the 3 games, and the one he has started, unfortunately, he scored an own goal, but he never started the 2 games after that, and which brings me back to the question where, does he really need a holiday? You know, does he really need a long holiday? Maybe this week is fine because he hasn't really played in the summer, if you know what I mean. But it's up to the club, and I would like to see him at pre-season training come next week when United go back into the pre-season training. In terms of the wages, it says up to £80,000. So obviously it's not the full £80,000, with the keyword being up to £80,000. So I reckon this will be combined, you know, in terms of what we win, how many assists he makes, goals, defensive clean sheets, whatever the case. There's plenty of clauses that, you know, we are not aware of. So, but it is up to £80,000. But regardless, he was Crystal Palace's lowest paid player with at £10,000 a week, so it is a huge upgrade for him in terms of financially. Now, in terms of his stats, let's just open up a Twitter page that I was reading. So against the top 6 sides last season, 5 out of 6 tackles won versus Man City, 3 of 3 tackles won against Liverpool, 3 of 3 versus Chelsea, 4 of 5 tackles won versus Spurs, 4 of 4 tackles won versus Arsenal, 4 of 4 tackles won versus Manchester United. That's 23 out of 25 tackles won in total. Now, against the top 6 sides, he is clearly a beast. You know, all the challenges that he faced against Manchester United last season and the other top 5 teams, he has won nearly all of them. You're looking at a total combined of 23 of 25. that tells me defensively he is fantastic. I mean, wow, that's shockingly good for a 21-year-old playing in a team where he is constantly under pressure. With all due respect to Crystal Palace, they are the battering boys, or one of the battering boys of the Premiership last season and the subsequent seasons before that, and I'm sure it will be the case going forward. But he stood his ground more than his ground in those games, so it is fantastic. He is an English, England under 21 player, so you can see a bit of philosophy around Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and you can see a bit of his thinking and his direction of where he wants to go with these transfers moving ahead. But we'll get to that in another video. I'm just gonna bring up another stat so you can see in defense. You can see the tackles that he has won. 68% of his tackles overall out of 158. He has started 42 appearances, so he pretty much played the full campaign, you can say, and he has won 15 games and 19 losses in that one. No goals scored, but he has made 3 assists. Now, looking at him initially and watching him play a few times last season, his biggest strength is his strength and his pace and his stamina, and clearly his defensive attributes. He's an absolute monster. However, going forward, he's still a suspect. Teams will catch him on next season, because if you see the way he runs, it's long strides. It's not like a close controlled dribbling of, say, Jordi Alba or Marcelo or players in, or Kimmich, or players in that sort. It's more like long strides, and players are clever, or if you're up against top teams, they will figure that out. So I think that's where he needs to work, his attacking ability and movement. But that should nullify if we have a pure attacking right winger. Now, speaking of his positional play, he can play in a centre-back position on the right side and the right back position as well. So if we were to deploy a 5-3-2 formation, I can see him being a right-sided defender, central defender in a 3-man defense, coupled by, say, someone like Diego Dalot playing a right wing position, who is more attacking focused than defensive, and Diego Dalot. So they will easily complement each other, and I can see us employing that sort of tactic against top teams. Play 5 in the middle with the wing backs bombing forward, and you can still attack and get crosses in, yet have the defensive numbers, yet play Wan-Bissaka in that system while utilizing his strength, which is defensively, and utilizing Dalot's strength, who is also a huge talent himself offensively. But there you have it, guys. This is the confirmation pretty much, aside from the unveiling. So I'll bring you the unveiling, I'll bring you the video, whatever they do in terms of the marketing team, I'll bring you that in an upcoming video. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you happy that we have finally made that deal and made it possible? Did it take too long? Do you feel he will be a huge success for us? Personally, for me, I think he will be a huge success. In saying that, you look at Gary Neville when he retired, we never really replaced him. We had Rafael there, who was this, a natural heir to Gary Neville, but he never really performed. Maybe a season where you can say he was okay, but never on Gary Neville's standard. You had Valencia coming in, but it was never a long-term option. He was signed, in fact, for the right wing position, but converted back to right back. You had Darmian come in. He was never gonna make it. You can see it straight away there. He has never made it. He is still there. So there was a huge gap on the right back, and last season we signed a 19-year-old wonder kid in Diego Dalot, who will take time to develop, and this season we have solved a 21-year-old, a young right back, an English right back, clearly a talent. So you can see on the full-back position, especially on the right side, we are sorted for the next 8, 9, 10 seasons if we develop the players well, if the players are hungry. So far, the 2 fullbacks on the right side, they look mentally good. Wan-Bissaka is a Manchester United fan, according to the picture, which you'll see very soon. You can see that as a kid he wore the top, so he clearly likes United. He seems like a down-to-earth player. He seems like a hard-working player. And same case with Diego Dalot. He's very mature, Dalot, very talented. So you can see the right back position will clearly be fulfilled for a very, very very long time, assuming they do not fall off the mark. You know, whether injuries will affect them, we don't know that. That's just due to luck. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and a bit of a new layout on the normal United videos that I do. And you know, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you feel Wan-Bissaka is one for the future, will he be a huge success? Do you agree with the fact that we paid that much? Did we overpay for a right back? And make sure you smash the like button. You know, every single like I get, it does really help me. And I'll catch you guys in the next upload.